105.7. Good morning, it's another day. Today is 29th of November 2023. You're welcome to your newspaper review coming to you from this station. We are broadcasting live from Labour House here in Central Business District, Abuja. Today is promised to be another great day. My name is Okikiola Kosen. Join us. And let's start with Punch newspaper this morning. Automation of passport application takes off in 1 week, Minister. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, on Tuesday said the automation of Nigeria passport application is 99% completed. Ojo, speaking in an interview on Channel Television Politics Today, said the automated application will become operational in a week time, noting that after completion, Nigerians will only go to the immigration center to do fingerprints, biometrics for their passport. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Enugu Correctional Service registered 1,137 inmates for NECO. The Nigerian Correctional Service Enugu State Command says it has registered 1,137 inmates for the National Examination Council of Nigeria external exam in the last 12 years. The controller of corrections in Enugu State, Mr. Nicholas Obiako, disclosed this on Tuesday in Enugu to the news agency of Nigeria. Get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. crisis worsen. Assembly demands Ayedatiwa resignation. The Ondo State House of Assembly has warned against violating the resolution of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with a member of the House of Assembly and other stakeholders over the lingering political crisis in the state. The House held its fourth plenary session on Tuesday after last Friday meeting with President Tinubu in Abuja. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Businesses grounded as Saraki's constituency's road order fails. The residents of the Ero Omo Kilanko Biada community in Ilorin South local government area and Mobile Streets in the Maraba area, Ilorin East local government area, all in Kwara State, have lamented the deplorable condition of their road. They told Arewa Punch during a visit to this area that the pitiable state of the roads have adversely affected their movement from within and outside the communities, thus crippling their socio-economic lifestyle. Get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Emefiele fails to perfect bail. EFCC open 1.2 billion naira trial. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Tuesday opened its case in the 1.2 billion naira procurement fraud trial of the immediate past governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Governor Godwin Emefiele. The trial opened before the Federal Capital Territory High Court, Abuja, with the EFCC calling three witnesses. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Supreme Court, NJC screens 22 nominees. Candidates faces DSS orders. The National Judiciary Commission may on Friday send the names of 11 successful candidates to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for appointment into the Supreme. The Punch gathered on Tuesday. It also gathered that 22 shortlisted justices were screened on Tuesday at the committee room of the NJC in Abuja from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Bank recapitalization. Presidency backs CBN. Investors rush for mega banks stocks. We must address bank capital adequacy to grow economy. Tinubu's advisor. Investor injects 110 billion in UBA, FBNH, Zenith, Access, other stocks in 2 days. The presidency on Tuesday expressed support for the banking sector consolidation initiative of the Central Bank of Nigeria, saying it will help the country to grow the economy to a new height. You can get the news coming to you from Punch newspaper this morning. Speaker Ayedatiwa to send quit letter. The political crisis in Ondo State took a new turn yesterday. The Deputy Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, is expected to sign an undated resignation letter, according to the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Olamide Oladeji. You can get the details of that coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. Give financial autonomy to judiciary, AJF tells governors. Attorney General of the Federation, AJF, and Minister of Justice, Justice Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, yesterday urged governors to implement financial autonomy for the judiciary. He said they could take advantage of the amendments to the Constitution to also develop their economies. You can get the details of that news coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. Oyetola in bilateral talks with Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Brazil, Jamaica. Marine and Blue Economic Minister Adegboyega Oyetola yesterday continued bilateral discussion with ministers and representatives from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Brazil, and Jamaica. The minister, according to his media aides, Ismail Omekpedan, expressed Nigerians' interest in learning from their knowledge and experiences. You can get the details of that news coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. Senate passes 57 billion naira police trust fund budget. The Senate yesterday passed 57 billion naira at this year's budget of Nigerian Police Trust Fund. Of the amount, the capital expenditure is 47.24 billion naira, while the total recurrent expenditure is 9.989 billion naira. You can get the details of that coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. The 2022 Electoral Act best in Nigeria's democratic history, says Jega. A former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Atairu Jega, has said last year's Electoral Act is the best we have heard in a country. He said there was room for improvement. You can get the details of that news coming to you from the Nation newspaper this morning. Let's quickly move to Daily Trust newspaper this morning. PDP plans mini convention to elect chairman, secretary, women leader. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has commenced plan to reposition the party as a viable opposition to the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) Daily Trust learned on Tuesday. Multiple sources in the party told Daily Trust that a mini convention expected to hold between January and February has become imperative in thinking with a national working committee of the party. Reposition it as a viable opposition and begin work in earnest for 2027 elections. You can get the details of that coming to you from Daily Trust, this newspaper this morning. Court of Appeal sacks Nasarawa Speaker. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has sacked the Speaker of the Nasarawa State House of Assembly, Ibrahim Balarabe. The three-member panel of justices on Tuesday declared the People's Democratic Party (PDP) candidate Honorable Saeed Abdullah Ibrahim Turakin Opanda as the rightful owner of the election for Umaisha Uge State constituency of the state. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Daily Trust this morning. Senate rejects bill to allow parties replace dead legislators. The Senate has rejected a bill seeking an amendment to the Electoral Act 2022 to allow political parties to replace a validly elected states or federal lawmakers if he or she dies or resigns without the conduct of the fresh election. You can get these details coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Leadership crisis rocks Bauchi Assembly as court sacks Speaker, Deputy. Bearing any last-minute development, the Bauchi State House of Assembly will elect Babayo Muhammad as its new speaker, a move expected to put an end to the leadership crisis in the assembly. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper this morning. President Tinubu seeks fresh 7.1 trillion loans. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has sought the Senate approval to borrow $8.699 billion and 100 million euro to execute critical projects across the country. You can get the details of that news coming to you from Daily Trust newspaper this morning. It's time for us to bring in our in-house analyst and public affairs commentator. He's a seasoned journalist and media consultant. Talking about no any other person, Mr. Salman Salame. You are welcome to this morning newspaper review. Good morning.
Good morning to you and all our citizen listeners. Good morning.
Let's start with bank recapitalization. As presidency now backs CBN's decision to do this. What's your take on this?
Well, very good morning to you, our super citizen listeners. We thank you very much. We value you and we believe that we are here because of you. And that is why we will go the extra mile to ensure that we give you the best, both in standard, in presentation, and in everything that you will love to hear on Citizen FM. Please keep faith with us. Moving forward, the recapitalization by the CBN and the backing of the initiative by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration is a very, very good and welcome development for this country. Good and welcome development in the sense that some Nigerians who are old enough to know what happened during the failed bank issue will not forget in a hurry that Nigeria cannot afford another failed bank scenario. I do not pray that this present generation experiences a failed bank scenario. Let us consign that to the dustbin of history, and let us be happy that we now have a government that is not only sensitive to the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians, but a government that will, with time, put smiles on our faces. The recapitalization exercise by the Cardoso-led Central Bank of Nigeria is a welcome initiative. It's a good development, and that is being futuristic.
Mr. Salman, can you please further expatiate what are Nigerians to benefit from it, or what is the main thing that the CBN and the presidency is about to do in this recapitalization?
I've told you about failed banks. Most Nigerians who are old enough will know the meaning of failed banks and what failed banks means and what people went through when the banks failed, how people lost money, how so many people died, and of course the role of the NDIC, deposit insurance. Most Nigerians will not forget that you could only get a fraction of your money that was stocked in the bank. It was a better forgotten experience. No Nigerian would like to have such an experience again. And that is why we thank God that we are now following the man who knows the road. It is only good to follow anybody who knows the road. I pray that they will lead us aright.
Okay. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo said automation of Nigeria's passports application is 99% completed. Is it a good news for Nigeria? What's your take on this?
There are some questions that without asking, people know that it is good. Automation of passport is a good one. And let me quickly say this. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo is a clear and manifest representative of the young ones. The young shall rule. We have seen that the young, if given the opportunity, they can do well. This young man has been doing wonders in this very ministry, this very interior ministry. Nigerians have never had it this good. Having somebody who is always up and doing, having somebody who will say so will happen, and it will happen. In actual fact, the only thing we can do is to pray and continue praying for this young man who has come to salvage the Federal Ministry of Internal Affairs. This young man is a role model, a consummate role model. This young man is one of our shining stars in the firmament.
Okay, let's quickly move to Ondo State. Ondo's crisis worsen as Ayedatiwa is expected to resign. What will you have to say about this?
This Ondo State debacle is a very sad and unfortunate political development. Very sad and unfortunate, not only in the sense that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, waded in a week ago and told the politicians that they should maintain status quo ante bellum, as lawyers will say. only for them to get home and still continue to rock the boat. It has gotten to a level where the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Olawale Olamide Oladejo, will now demand from the Deputy Governor a signed but undated resignation letter. What does that mean to you? A signed but undated resignation letter is, to say the least, a suicide note. It only means that whenever they feel that they are displeased with you, all they need to do is just put the date and release the letter, ostensibly signed by you, and meaning that you have resigned your position as either the acting governor, because I suspect that their plan is to accede to the request that the man be sworn in as the acting governor, but not without that condition. And you are between the devil and the blue sea. If you are between the devil and the blue sea, you are as good as dead. But this development is not a new one. We know, those of us who are political reporters, who have reported policies for close to 3 decades, we know what President Obasanjo did to his ministers. As you are collecting your letter as a minister, you are handing over a resignation letter, signed but undated, meaning that you are holding office at the prerogative of Mr. President, and the Mr. President can, if he decides and he feels that you have violated whatever he considers to be an infraction, all he needs to do is just to put the date on your letter. But is this the way to go? Is this the way to go? I leave this to the public.
Okay, let's it's time for our super listeners to join us on this program, and you can reach us by calling 0903 2229 797, 0818 205, and 0818 206. You can make your contribution while we are in this program. And Mr. Salami, let's quickly get the message of Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, calling and urging all the state governors to give financial autonomy to their judiciary. What is your take on this?
The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, the well-respected and erudite legal luminary Lateef Fagbemi, is a shining star. We thank God for the array of brilliant and seasoned Nigerians who are now public office holders. This is one of the things we should thank God for. Thank God for in the sense that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, arguably or unarguably, has the knack for assembling a winning team. This team, as we are beginning to see, is a performing team. It's a well-assembled one, and I want to believe that with time, they will deliver the bountiful dividends of democracy. For Lateef Fagbemi, the Attorney General, and San, the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to say that the states should give financial autonomy to the judiciary in their respective states, it needs no telling. This is the way to go. We know that whoever pays the piper dictates the tune. A situation whereby the judiciary will go cap in hand to the executive for money is not acceptable. It is not good for the judiciary. it will not help the cause of the administration of justice, because the judicial officers should be independent, not only paper independence. They should be seen to be independent and be really independent in the real sense of the word. Any independence without financial independence is no independence.
Okay, quickly let's see what EFCC is having with Emefiele as he fails to perfect his bail and a new trial on him. What do you have to say about this?
Well, the presenter, it is now an axiomatic. Is it not an irony that even the rich, they also cry? So the rich also cry. Emefiele was granted bail. EFCC has just told us that Emefiele is unable to perfect the bail bond.
We have first caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Kennedy, calling from Cairo.
Okay, Kennedy, go ahead with your contribution and make it briefly.
Yes, thank you. That is what I was waiting for. 1.2 billion naira case fraud trial. EFCC open against Emefiele. You read that? Yes. Emefiele caused Nigerians pains, and he was there enjoying life. This is just to prove to every Nigerian, everybody that is holding any public office, that no matter how you stay in office, the day is coming for judgment, day of accountability. Let him face it, and if he is guilty, let him rot in jail. Because the pains and hardship, the death of innocent people, Emefiele cost on Nigerians, if I remember it, it's something else. So I want to raise hands and then give a special salutation to EFCC for bringing this out again. If he's found guilty, let him face it and let him serve as a deterrent to others who are holding the public office. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Mr. Salami, you are analyzing Emefiele failed to perfect his bail.
Well, it is unfortunate that public office holders do not realize that public office is public trust, and the public trust is something that you must not abuse. You must not betray it. You should realize that you are holding this office in trust for the people. The people, the taxpayers, sovereignty, power belongs to them. Power belongs to God. Power belongs to the people. We should always remember that there will be tomorrow. Emefiele caused Nigerians a lot of hardship. Quite many Nigerians died. Quite many Nigerians are never again the same. They lost fortune. That is not to say that Emefiele should rot in jail. It should not. I do not share the views of the last caller who said that Emefiele should even rot in jail. I would rather say that the law should take its course. He should be given a fair trial. They should allow the rule of law and not the rule of man to take place. But then, justice should be served. And it should be served right. Justice to Nigerians, justice to Emefiele, and justice to the judiciary.
Okay. Still on judiciary, Court of Appeal sacked Nasarawa Speaker. And if you we also read about Bauchi State also in the same line. What will you say about this?
The judiciary is truly the hope of the common man. I will plead with Nigerians that we should respect the judiciary. The judiciary in Nigeria is one of the best in the world. We should not blackmail. We should not intimidate. We should not run commentary that is not well founded on facts. We should stop denigrating and deprecating the judiciary. Why did I say so? It is the hope of the common man. Most of the people talking ill about the judiciary today, they were beneficiaries of the judiciary. Let me take it from the People's Democratic Party. Let us not forget the Zamfara State election in 2022. Sorry, 2000, yes. In that last election, APC won right from the House of Zamfara State House of Assembly up to the governorship. But this court nullified the election and gave everything to the People's Democratic Party. The Mutawale, who is now a minister, was in PDP. He did not win the election, but he became the governor, though he later decamped to APC. He became the governor. The House of Assembly, Zamfara State House of Assembly, became the House of Assembly populated by People's Democratic Party. The People's Democratic Party as a party saw it as a good development. It was fine, good, and it was well. Why? Because the judgment went in their favor. Don't let us forget what happened in Bayelsa State. On the eve of the swearing in, Senator David Lyon, the APC candidate who won the election, went to the venue to rehearse how he will wave to the people the following day, only for the Supreme Court to sack him that night. PDP was the beneficiary. It was good, it was fine. Not even Atiku raised a whimper as he's saying, as he's doing now, even though he too is a beneficiary of the judiciary on many occasions. Diri became governor. His Excellency Governor Duri, the man who is now the governor. He did not win election. It was the court that reinstated him. That made him the governor. The Supreme Court, the same Supreme Court that they are now deprecating. In Rivers State, APC was not even allowed to partake or to participate in the election because the court held that they did not hold lawful and valid primaries, and APC had no candidate throughout. It was a free flow, free win for PDP. I am saying this just to let us realize that the judiciary has no dog in this fight. The judiciary should not be taken as the whipping dog. The judiciary is just there to serve justice based on evidence and the law. Why is it that we always accept judiciary as being robust, as being vibrant, if and if only the judgment goes our way or it favors us? Why? This is not the way to go. This is not how democracy should be practiced. This is not the way of democracy. And knowing fully well that the judiciary is a very, very important player in this experiment called democracy. We should respect the judiciary because it serves as the check and balance. It is the hope of the common man. It serves as the arbitrator. It resolves conflict, and it does this based on law, not based on emotion, not based on sentiment, not based on beer parlor discussion, and not based on mob action. It is based on law and law alone. The court is the court of law, not the court of morals, even though morality is the building block. Essentially, the judiciary will adjudicate and resolve issues based on evidence adduced before it by the parties. It is solely the court of law, not the court of mob. We should stop desecrating our judiciary. The Nigerian judiciary is well respected all over the world. Let the prophet be respected and honored even from his home.
Okay, let's quickly move to Kwara, where a constituency road project undertaken by the former Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki in 2017, but which was poorly executed, was washed away by rain 3 months after its completion. And the people of the community are now calling on the governors of Kwara State to come to their aid as businesses grounded. What is your take on this?
It's a shame. It's a shame that this happened. You see, I have been saying it that when we say government, who exactly is the government? Is there any angel or ghost called government? We are the government. Where were the people of the Ilorin South and the Ilorin Southeast local government when this contractor came to site and was doing a poor job? I've been saying it. We need to hold government accountable to the people. Power belongs to the people. It is your money. The contractor is working for you and you are paying the contractor, because the government is using the taxpayers' money to execute the job. So it behoves on the people to hold the government accountable by telling the government the quality of work.
Okay, quickly let's talk about what Enugu Correctional Service registered about 1,137 inmates for NECO.
Well, you see, we are beginning to see a very robust engagement and the delivery of quality, bountiful dividends of democracy. That you are incarcerated, because when they say correctional homes, they used to call it prisons. Why are they calling it correctional homes? They are calling it correctional homes because the fact that you are in prison is not the end of your life. You can be reformed in such a manner that when you come back, you become useful. In fact, what is the essence of punishment? When somebody is being punished, it's not being punished because they hate him. They are just punishing him so that he will realize that what he has done is not right, is not proper. And I want to say that punishment is only useful when the person who is punished now benefits from it. That is why I do not like that death sentence. Why? The finality of death sentence or the finality of death makes death sentence not worthy. It is a good development that these young people who are in correctional homes are now being registered for exams, NECO. It only means that while they are there, they are improving themselves for another opportunity, and they will have quality life. Why? If they are readers, they will become leaders. Why? Readers are leaders. If these people are now given this opportunity, despite the fact that they are in correctional home, they will come out better and they will hold their own in the society. This is the way to go. I give kudos to Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, who is a young man and who is doing a fantastic job. We thank him. We cannot thank him enough. He is a public office holder imbued with integrity. We thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for giving us people like Olubunmi Tunji Ojo. We want more of Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, who will see public office as public trust that must not be abused. We thank him.
On that note, thank you, Mr. Samuel Salami, for this morning. We really appreciate you. Our super listeners, this is much we can take on today's newspaper review. Join us tomorrow for another edition. My name is Okikiola Kosim. Thank you.